Alright, classic game, classic pillars. ENS versus OSB. Let's take a look. I think Team 2 is OSB. We have a very high deploy up here. Possibly rails. Don't know. This looks like a pretty standard ANS opening. Some on B, some on the wedge here, and then to C. Possibly a beam DD goalie for A. Not sure. This is interesting. This is a very high deploy. And then the E, not a huge fan of this E deploy. It kind of funnels you into A, otherwise you have to go around the side. As I say that, next door. Okay, so we see here T-30 plasma. Does it have the cannons on the top? No, he doesn't know. Still, solid ship. Just gotta make sure all the cannons get on target. This is a plasma T-30, T-20. So all in on the 100 mils. For Astra Anima. This is another bunch. And another 2 plas and T-30s. So if he gets in range, it's definitely going to tear some people up. Yep. This is rails. Interesting. So let's do. And this might actually be Task Force Garnet. That's what it looks like. So, which is more plasma T-30. So plasma wrecks the armor. T-30s go in with their 100 mil. Hexy blows big holes in things. And
the enemy is securing Zone Eclipse.
Alright, so on ANS we have the rail axe.
The enemy is securing Zone Dagger.
Interesting. This is a missile CL. Heavy on the Auroras. I wonder if this is a legacy fleet. Possibly. It's not moving though. Maybe not. It does have. I think those are Mark 61s. Not sure. And hybrid Axford. Sarissas? Yes, Sarissas defenders. S3's on the top, beam on the bottom. Hey. Mic up. Sounds down.
The enemy secured Zone Eclipse.
Alright. Let me know if that's better.
The enemy secured Zone Dagger.
We'll take this about to half. We'll put this all the way back up. Alright. Then this, I'm gonna guess, is Birch.
The enemy is
Not quite
securing Zone
Birch.
Boxer.
Triple. I wonder why ANS isn't moving very much. Interesting. Has the jammers and the bullseye on the back. That is interesting. I wonder if he's going to go broadside on. Because these can't really fire forwards. But we'll see. Are these beams? Yeah, these are beams with Pinard. Another Pinard? No, this is a Capping Corv. Ooh, this is a sneaky Capping Corv. Let's see if that gets in. Alright, so overall deployment, we've got the rails going super high. S3H, Axford looks like it's going to take C, maybe
The enemy has
move
secured zone Boxer.
towards B.
The enemy is securing zone Combat.
And these monitors have just gone straight in. That's going to get spicy, especially if the beams see them. They will have no problem melting that 40 centimeters of armor. Looks like they are, in fact, seeing them and going. Not sure how much damage they're going to get off on this Axford before every one on the ANS team. Oh, they found the voxel. It is maneuvering, but it is perhaps not maneuvering fast enough. Looks like it's dodging the plasma okay, though. Doesn't seem like it's on evasive or anything. Interesting. I wonder why these rails haven't fired yet. Maybe I missed it. Now, this is a very aggressive play. From this position, they are about to get... Oh! Got some missiles. Yeah. Without that plasma, this 100 millimeter, it can't do much. Oh, looks like he might be firing AP. Alright, let's see what's happening here. Oh, yep, here come the beams from the flank. They made it over that rock. This could be very bad for this monitor group. Looks like something funky with the Seekers. Nope, some of them did hit. A little bit of superficial damage. Oh, here comes the S3Hs. Those will do a lot more. Yep, there's one dead. And they're not on target to engage this Axford. These guys are going to get chewed up. Here come the beam DDs. Oh, got some rockets. See if they make it through. Looks like no. Those defenders doing some work. Just chopping them all down. And that's unfortunate. No hits on the Axford. The only damage it's really taken has been from overheating its beam to kill these guys faster. And that's probably going to be the end of this monitor fleet in short order. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize these only had 2 plasma cannons? Because this is a C-53, 200 millimeter. Yeah. That's unfortunate. So let's see. The rest of the team, these line ships have moved up, but they're so far behind. And ANS really has a good position here. They've kind of created this concave? Is it concave or convex? Anyway, they've completely encircled this fleet. It won't be able to do too much damage before it gets obliterated. And everything else is way too out of position for OSP. They might score a kill on this sprinter. Yeah, we've already had one of these go critical. They're not long for the world.
The enemy is securing zone Atlas.
This one's been cored. This one lost its main weapon. And ANS has so far taken, well, a little bit of damage, but nothing really major compared to this entire fleet. They might succeed in capping the point. They do. It's interesting. I'm not sure. Maybe this Axford is afraid of more rockets. That's why he doesn't want to contest that. Oh, wow. That was just a couple of seconds of 100 mil and 250 fire there. Did some work on this DD. Interesting. Oh, here comes some more S3s. Oh, there's another dead. Yeah, I guess he got tired of waiting for his teammates to help him. He's going to do it on his own. Alright, so those T-30 line ships taking a very defensive position here. They do manage to kill that sprinter. Looks like this. What was this? Okay, this was a throwaway mining ship. Got taken out before it could take D. Let's take a look at what these rail monitors are shooting at. Interesting. Rails, OSP rails, not a great choice to be firing at an Axford. But it does look like they've managed to take out its bottom beam since it was facing them. So that's not a bad play. Can't do too much to the internals, though. Those rails don't penetrate very far at all. So you can see the rest of the Axford inside is pretty healthy. It's going to be able to repair this beam. No problem and get back into the fight. Not sure what this is. Is that a T-30? Yeah, that's barely doing anything. Alright. Let's see what these are shooting at now. Another Axford. Okay. One thing, OSP has definitely pushed the ANS very, very far back. If they had taken A towards the beginning of the match, say when those monitors went to C, if they'd capped that, they would be up in a much better position, especially considering they sacrificed an entire fleet driving it out there. Monitors are tough, definitely, but can't take on an entire team by themselves. Looks like CLs are coming here to make this extra dead. It's kind of interesting decision by the ANS too. I suppose they know they're up a fleet, and they don't really, they're not in any sort of rush to move out and cap points. It's been even pretty much the whole time. So they're probably going to clean this up, and then I would assume push into A. These DDs want to pull a flank. This is a long flank. This is a long time for DDs to go this far around. But it may pay off. The problem will be if these T-30s are able to link up with the rest of the monitors and, say, engage these CLs. That could be a very dangerous position for them. But it seems like that isn't really what the line ships have in mind. Yes, Defmo. This is a public lobby, and it is just blues and lieutenants. This isn't a gold or anything like that. So if you have any questions or anything, or think I'm wrong, feel free to chime in. Happy to be proven wrong. Well, thanks. Okay. Alright, these rails... Well, they definitely have Oh, so this is one thing about this rail array. It did not bring any of its own spotting. So he's kind of in a tough position. He could be firing at these Axfords and hitting them, but without his own spotting, all of these are just going to miss, which is a shame. If you're going to take something like a rail array like this on the OSP, definitely take a long-range radar so you can scout for your own targets. Maybe you don't need an EWR. You can kind of figure that out, but
The enemy secured zone.
LRT with some track correlators, it'll be immune to jamming because you're just so far away. It's definitely what you want. Alright, OSP's finally taken A. And looks like Garnet is going to work on these DDs. They may have caught them out. They have. The DDs want this line ship. Didn't see this. And that 100 mil into the side of a DD will definitely do work. And he's also getting the business end from the line ship, which is slightly further range than a beam. It's 6K on the beam. It's 7.2 on the 100 mils, and even farther on the plasma. Let's see how much damage he's able to do. Not much. The rail's coming in now too. And this may have been a bit of an overextend for the DDs. Yeah, their entire rest of the team has left them high and dry as they wade into the combined firepower of the OSP, which will surely shred them in short order. Might as well watch the fireworks. Here come the plasma, here come the rails. Oof. Big oof. In a three-way crossfire. Now that's unfortunate because prior to this move, these CDs were actually in a really good position. But it looks like they saw that LN and thought they could get out and beam it. Didn't realize the monitors were also down there in range. Probably knew about the rails. I doubt that was a consideration, but you have to remember these line ships are quite speedy. At maximum speed, they definitely go over 30 meters a second. That's way faster than a DD can move. So, not the best food for a DD. Unless you can ambush, 3K, 4K, come around a rock. That's spicy, but otherwise, no. Oh, looks like the S3H Axford has found, or maybe it's the backpack from this Vauxhall. Had enough of being pelted by rails, so they fired in. Oof. And that is part of the array down, part of it damaged. Not enough to fully shut it down, but it looks like this rail Axford is going to have rail on rail battle. So that'll be fun. And these voxels have come down here. Looks like the LNs are in a perfect position to cut them off. This is not what you want to do against line ships. Be out in the open while they have a rock that they can duck behind. But they don't have too many options left. They definitely have to force. Unfortunately, since these DDs got wiped out over here, going for E isn't so much of an option anymore. They definitely have to force either E or A. There's too much at B. This Axford's probably very low on missiles at this point. Yeah, he has 2 left in this launcher, another 3 in this launcher. That is not enough to take out a pair of T-30 line ships. And then we still have this monitor group, completely full health. So actually, the OSP has managed to get themselves into a very strong position, up by 150 points. These LNs are pushing directly into short-range line ships. That is not going to end well for them. One thing, if you do have to take a fight to a line ship and you're a voxel, you want to do it from as close to your 8-kilometer 250 range as possible. Going in closer than that risks being hit by plasma, and once you're hit by plasma, you will get absolutely shredded by that 100 millimeter Hex C. And I worry greatly. Here they come. They're popping up above the ridge. Plasma at this range is definitely going to hit. They are going to probably take... Oh, here it comes. There's the plasma. There's the melting. In comes the 30 millimeter. Sorry, the 100 millimeter. And we can just watch this thing absolutely get roasted. Well, even the monitor's in on it. One thing, they haven't rolled their ships properly. You really want either the roof or the what's the belly on a ship called? You really want it oriented this way, so both sides will fire at the same time. This one hasn't fired any of the cannons on the left-hand side, so that's drastically cut their firepower. And is good news for these voxels. And it looks like that may have made all the difference in the world. As now these voxels, they're still getting hit, but these line ships are applying only half of their firepower, which is nothing but good news. That will allow them to cap B and turn the tables. Looks like these monitors are going for D. There doesn't seem to be too much this Axford can do about it. Its rail is... not its rail, its beam. It's easily going to be taken out. And it is eating plasma at the same time. And this is really a showcase of the strength. It looks like this one got beamed a little bit. This is the strength of the monitor Task Force Garnet. Once you get it into range against a heavy target that it wants to be fighting, it can just pour it on. Let's see, the Rail Axford looks like it's continuing its duel with the rail monitors. That will probably go on until the end of time. This Axford is getting absolutely chewed up by these monitors, but Looks like these line ships decided they want no more of this. And they are noping out of that. It's interesting. They definitely have the health and the firepower, if they're correctly oriented, to take the fight to these 3 CLs. That may just be... Okay, they are going back. So with that, OSP more than likely takes this game.
The enemy secured zone dagger.
This rail, Axford, in this position, doesn't have enough firepower or enough presence to greatly affect the game. These CLs are heavily damaged and will more than likely not be able to push all the way to A. They might keep B, but this Axford has seen better days. It's still getting pummeled. Its beam is out. Its engines are out. Its reactor, its drive is critical. So it's probably not long for the world. I didn't see exactly what happened in this position here. I would guess it went to go take the fight to the monitors, and that just didn't end well for it. So at this point, the game is kind of decided. We'll just take a look at what other pew-pew is going to happen here. These CLs would like to maybe take E or A. It's unlikely to happen. Looks like this line ship is properly oriented now. It's got its full firepower on here. Not sure what its internals look like. One ammo elevator. Don't see a cradle. Oh, 2 ammunition elevators. Okay. Yeah, Stefmo, they did have a good play in the beginning, but it seems like by splitting up their forces, they definitely got caught out and focused down. If they had deathballed together and pushed A or even E, they were in a good position to take out those monitors. They outnumbered them by an entire fleet at that point. But when those DDs came around into the middle, you got to be careful whenever you push into the middle of a map like Pillars. You can take fire from this central area from any other pillar in the game. They'll all be within range of 8 kilometers or closer. And if you don't have good scouting, you don't know what's around those pillars, and you pull out, it's very likely that what happened to these will happen to anybody that does a play like that. So in the mopping up stage, yeah, these CLs are getting the business. It's like a toasty marshmallow. Got that blackened exterior. So the rail Axford rails are kind of interesting. Oh, this thing is still going. It wants some more. It wants some more. Rail Axfords just all over the place. It's kind of a weird situation right now where you want to fire them at something that your teammate is already killing, which, you know, if you're gonna play it that way, there is the argument to be made, well, you could just take cannons and then cannon what your friend is already cannoning, and then that'll be even better. But there's a very small niche slice where you could support like one flank and then swap fire to the other flank and help both of your teammates at the same time. But outside of that, it's kind of a hard argument to make for Rails right now. Especially on ANS, which is already outnumbered hull wise compared to the OSP. Can you all surrender? Is he dead? Is that where's Yeet Yeet? No, he has. All right, all right. Good game, all. Yeah, or you could take like not a big investment. This I think was well no it did come with a missile CL, so cheers. We're gonna go again. It did come with a CL, so it wasn't fully invested, but yeah, let's see. He did 2,000 damage. What did this rail array do? I'm curious about that. 4, 8, 14, 17, 20. Bad at math. 22, 26, 26K. That's not terrible. Wait, was it? Am I looking at the wrong guy? No, this is right. It's just hard to tell, especially when you're facing the firing it into Axfords like that. You will get the damage on the surface of the Axford, but all those juicy internals, all their DC teams, that really you would need to knock out to actually take it out of the fight. They'll all be fine. Oh, full game.